You're listening to the Westminster Canterbury Tales podcast, creating community to foster joy and well-being. Thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Father Scott Baker. I'm the Associate Chaplain here at Westminster Canterbury. As you may have heard last week, Chaplain Jenny was introducing the fact that we are offering midweek meditations, both in written form and verbal form. And this is my offering for the week. I've entitled it, As We Forgive Those Who Trespass Against Us. The Episcopal Church requires each new couple to go through premarital counseling prior to their wedding. In an attempt to help me in my preparation to the counseling, I have them fill out an online inventory. It saves me and them the exhaustive and time-consuming process of going over all the areas in their lives where they might be experiencing challenges or even difficulties. It covers such areas as communication, compatibility, leisure activities, children, in-laws and friends, and finances, just to name a few. Surprisingly, the one area it never touches on is forgiveness. I've been married to a very long-suffering bride for over 3 decades. And the one thing I can tell you is that love may be the cornerstone of a marriage, but forgiveness must be the pillar or even the bedrock upon which that love is founded. There's not a day that goes by that I don't mess up in some way. I'm going to blow things in one way or another. And you know what? Although she would deny it with her last breath, so will she. Our ability to be forgiving and our ability to ask for forgiveness is part and parcel to what makes a marriage work. I tell each and every couple that comes to me to be married, this is one simple but very important thing. Forgive each other. Bear with each other. Be kind and treat each other as you would like to be treated. When forgiveness is extended, what takes the place of the guilt and remorse is peace, harmony, serenity, and dare I say it, maybe even joy. As we approach Holy Week and Easter, it dawned on me that when Jesus appears before the disciples on Easter Day, he says to them, "Peace to you." The peace that the Lord gives is the harmony that they need in the face of all that they have witnessed over the last 3 days. All of them have turned their backs on him, and all of them deserted him at his most desperate hour. All of them have, in their own way, denied and betrayed him. And he comes offering reconciliation. He comes offering forgiveness. He offers them relationship to heal the brokenness. And that is the power of Christ, and that is the power of the Gospels. To live lives of Easter people means to live lives of those who forgive. We are the instruments of the empty tomb in the world. We are those who embody what the cross of Christ means. We don't retaliate. We forgive. We don't hold grudges. We forgive. Yet this only happens when we realize how much God and Jesus has forgiven us. If you sit down and take stock of all the things you've done, all the things you've asked God to forgive you of doing, and we won't even go into those things left undone. When we get down on our knees and say, "Most merciful God, we confess we have sinned against you and our neighbor," you realize just how compassionate and merciful God is towards you and towards me. It puts me in mind of a quotation I read some years ago from the book The Shack. The writer Phillips wrote, "I reckon since most of our hurts come through relationships, so will most of the healing." That's our task. After the 2 years that we've gone through and the turmoil we've gone through, I think a little more forbearance and forgiveness extended to each other. It's just the healing we all could use a little more of.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Westminster Canterbury Tales podcast. Thank you for listening.